Hey, thanks for coming by. If you're new here, thanks for coming by for the first time. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. And regardless if it's your first time or your fifth time, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please consider doing so if you find value in this information. I want to talk a little bit today about attitude, about being positive, being optimistic. Do you think you're an optimistic person? Do you think you're a pessimistic person? Let me ask you this. Have you ever bought a lottery ticket? If you've bought one, there might be hope for you. You are an optimistic person. But the question is, after you bought it, what did you do with it? Did you go home and put it in a drawer and think, well, I'm never going to win anyways? Or did you sit there and dream about all the things you're going to buy with your newfound riches? If you're the latter and you're dreaming about what you're going to win, you're an optimistic person. If you bought it, there's a little bit of hope for you. If you've never even bought one, you're going to be a pessimist. I can't help you. Just kidding. Watch this anyways. Maybe we can talk a little bit more about optimism and pessimism, and stick around. It's going to be an interesting video. One thing I do believe is if you don't think you can win, whether it's the lottery or anything else, you probably won't win. Your positive attitude is not going to help you win the lottery per se. But if you just think, I can't win, I'm never going to be able to do this, I'm not good at that, I grew up in the wrong neighborhood, and you have all these excuses of why you can't win, you're not going to win. You're not going to win in life or whatever challenges come your way. So having a good attitude goes a long way, and being an optimistic person, I think, has a long way to take you to your success. Entrepreneurs are by nature optimistic people because you have to believe in yourself and your own ideas to accomplish them and to just go out and try to start a new business or a new venture. Have you ever heard of the super famous book about how to be pessimistic? No, you haven't. You know why? Nobody had to write that book. People are pessimistic by nature. That's the whole self-help industry. There's a whole section in Barnes and Noble. I think they still have Barnes and Nobles, dedicated to self-help books and how to be better at this or how to have a positive attitude. The whole reason I'm doing this video right now, I don't know what happens to people along the way. Little kids are by nature optimistic. They go outside and they play and they laugh and they smile. They imagine, they kill dragons and they have sword fights and all the things that little kids do. They just are, I think, by nature optimistic. And I don't know what happens to people along the way where the negative ideas or the self-doubt and all these things creep in. Maybe it's our consumerism, maybe it's how society gets us to believe that we need to consume more things. They show us ads with the people that are pretty, they're prettier than us, getting into the car that we can't afford and pulling up to the house that we'll never own, and all those things maybe just weigh down on us and make people more pessimistic. I don't know exactly where it comes from, but I don't think that we're born that way. But then if you are an optimistic person, you do believe in yourself and you think you can accomplish great and wonderful things, the pessimists are going to call you egotistical. So it's just you can't win no matter what. Wait a minute, what am I doing? You can win. That was pessimism trying to wiggle its way in there. You have to believe in yourself, and part of being an optimist is not listening. You just have to, one of the biggest things is that's right, I said it. You can't give two fucks about it. The more optimistic you are, the more I think it's like water off a duck's back. You just really don't care. I mean, who cares what people think about you? The negative people are the ones that don't think they're going to get to financial independence. They don't think they're ever going to have enough money to retire. They don't think they're going to be able to start that new business. They think that they're stuck in the job that they're in. They're stuck in the town that they're in. They're always stuck. There's always an excuse. And that's the limiting belief that not being optimistic holds you back from having what you really want. And if you're optimistic and you think, I can have that life, I can move to a Caribbean island, I can walk away from this job to start this business, or do this to do that, or don't do this. Like, if you believe in yourself, you got to believe it to achieve it. I don't think you can instantly become optimistic overnight, but you can definitely take small steps to getting there. Steps of encouraging somebody who's more successful than you instead of being jealous of them and saying, man, I'm really proud of you. I can't believe you got that promotion, or you're whatever it is. Like, people tend to be jealous of other people. And if you can just take a small step to be happy for somebody else, that can make you happier instead of creating animosity for somebody that just lives inside of you. or just believing that you can do things, believing you can get to retirement, make a plan of how to get there. Once you put it on paper and you see the actual steps to get there, it starts to get easier instead of just going from here to here. If you just need to get to here and then to here and to here, that can help build your confidence along the way also. It's the optimistic people who have changed the world throughout time. It's the people who with a great idea that flew a key on a kite to discover electricity when everybody told him he was stupid or what are you doing, you're crazy. And he believed that he could do it. I mean, those are the people who changed the world. If you look at Elon Musk and all these people who are the actual innovators in the world, they're all positive people that have to believe in their own ideas. And how many people told them they were crazy? You want to start a private space company and fly people to space or go to the moon? Yeah, okay, buddy, good idea. Yeah, throw some of your money at that. Let's see how that works out for you. But those are the people I'd dare to say that pretty much everybody who's gone down in history as one of the greats all had to be positive people, and they all had to not listen to the negativity of everybody else who told them they were never going to be able to accomplish that, because nobody thinks great things can be accomplished except for people who have the optimistic outlook to think that they can do it and to believe in themselves. And if that's you, then you're going to be great things and you're the person who could change the world. If that's not you, there's plenty of books and quotes and things. There's 1,000 quotes on this subject. One of my favorite ones is, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right either way. So if you believe you can't do it, you probably can't. If you believe you can, I don't need to explain it. It's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. I had a Facebook ad pop up the other day, and it said, these are the 5 countries where you can retire with $500,000 in the bank. And I thought, $500,000, that's not very much money to retire on. And I didn't really want to click the article because then whatever it was about, that was going to follow me around the internet webs for the next 5 years because I clicked on their stupid article. What I like to do is click on the comments, because usually somebody will put in the comments, oh, I always dreamed of living in Croatia, or oh, Portugal sounds nice, and I get the information without having to read the article. But when I clicked on the comments, was people saying, oh my God, this person is so out of touch with reality. Who has $500,000? And people were like, yeah, this guy's stupid. Nobody could ever have $500,000. And I was thinking, $500,000 isn't that much money at all. So my point is, I couldn't believe how many people thought $500,000 in retirement was an unattainable goal, which is part of the reason that I've had this idea for this YouTube channel for a long time. And I was like, man, these people do need my help. They do need me to tell them how they can get there and how they can change their retirementality to get to retirement. I have $500,000 in retirement. That's just seems unattainable to people. They need to change their retirementality. They need to come here and listen to this message and see my other videos on step-by-steps, how to do it through real estate investing, how to pay off debt, how to improve your credit score, all these things that I want to help people to do. That just clicked in my brain. I was like, I know there's a lot of other people talking about this same thing. Maybe they're not going to find their way here, but maybe they will. And it just made me think, like, I can help these people. It made me want to do this even more. See what I did there? You're thinking, what is Jeff doing with all this touchy-feely, positive thinking guru type stuff? But I brought it all the way back around to retirementality because I'm a professional. That's what I do. Changing your retirementality isn't just about learning how to invest in real estate or learning how to pay off debt or learning how to save money. Changing your retirementality means changing your mentality and how you think about things. And if you're not a naturally positive person, trying to learn how to become more positive is all part of that process. So that's why I wanted to do this video and touch on this. There's a lot more to it than just figuring out how much your expenses are and multiplying it by 25 to get to your financial independence number, or figuring out how much you can withdraw at a 4% rate over the next 30 years. There's more to it than just crunching the numbers. There's a lot that goes on in here that has to happen to get you to that place where you can reach financial independence. Most people, their whole idea about retirement is like, oh, I can't wait till I can retire and not work. And they say, what are you going to do after you retire? Well, I'm gonna, I thought they have no idea. Like, getting to that goal of retirement is half of the step. Like, if you have 30 years to go after that, or 40 years or longer, you got to know what you want to do with that time. You can't just sit on the beach all day. I mean, it's nice. I do sit on the beach quite often, but not every day. Like, you got to have something else to fill your time and keep your mind straight and smart and functioning, and otherwise you'll go crazy. I'm going to leave it there. I think I made my point. I don't need to make this a 50-minute video on how to be positive. There's lots of other information out there. If this is something you feel like you need more work on, I'll do a little bit more research. I'll put maybe some links to some books that I've read or that I think would be good in the description below that you could look at. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this is something if you're a positive person, let me know if you thought this was right on. Let me know if you're not a positive person, if you found this helpful, or if you have ideas of how people can become positive. Let's have a dialogue. Put some comments down there. Let's see what you guys think. And as always, I appreciate you coming by. We're trying to build this channel up. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, make comments, do all the stuff, and it helps the algorithm of however the algorithm works find me and push me out to more places. So thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.